Accessible Social Media with Paul Speller of AbilityNet.
Hello, I'm Paul Speller. I'm an accessibility consultant at AbilityNet. I do a lot of app and website accessibility testing and deliver training and workshops. And I also specialise in accessible social media, which is what I want to talk to you about now. When you hear accessible social media, you may think about the need to give text alternatives, alt text, for your images. And that's important and true. But what about some other considerations? There's more to social media accessibility than that. So today I'm going to talk about just a few of the other red flags to look out for in your social media content. What if I told you the most important text in your social media post, which you'd specifically tried to emphasize, had been completely hidden from all your followers who are using assistive technology, such as screen readers and braille displays? This is unfortunately all too common. Suppose you're using a social network which only lets you post in plain text, for example, Threads, Instagram, or X, Twitter. You want to announce a new collaboration with a famous artist, and you want that artist's name to really pop out of your post. So you use a third-party formatting website to type their name in and turn it bold or italic or outlined or underlined, or generally make it look very stylish and noticeable. Then you copy and paste that into your social post, and it stands out from the rest of the text. Great. There's just one problem. By using that formatting, you've actually converted that name from text to a series of special characters that no longer mean the name. They could be mathematical symbols or some other special Unicode characters, but whatever they are, they definitely won't be communicated as the artist's name to users who can't visually see them. In fact, they're most likely to be completely hidden. Rather than providing emphasis, they provide an invisibility cloak. Hey everyone, we're now collaborating with, so make sure you check it out. Probably not the message you were aiming for. The golden rule here is if your social network's own native posting tools don't support the formatting you want to apply, the social network doesn't support it, and you shouldn't do it or you risk hiding your content from users. Hashtags can be helpful to boost your social content, but what if they're at risk of giving a different meaning from the one you intended? Because you often create hashtags by joining several words together, it's important that both human readers and assistive technology can tell where one word ends and another begins, or you could find yourself with unintended consequences. To draw on a famous example from a few years ago, but change the name, let's say some guy called Roy is about to have a party to launch his new album and wants to promote the Roy Album Party on social media with a hashtag. Hashtag Roy Album Party. Simple. But wait, in all lowercase, there is a bit of potential for ambiguity here. Perhaps not such a good idea? To avoid this, you need to use camel case, which is where each word within the hashtag starts with a capital letter, so it looks a bit like the writing has camel humps in it. Roy Album Party with capital first letters is no longer ambiguous, and things like screen readers will also know how to pronounce it. And the final red flag I want to mention today is the misunderstood world of emoji. Are they accessible? They can be. They all have an inherent meaning which most assistive technology will communicate to users. The problem comes from what that meaning actually is and whether it's what you think it is. You could be left pulling this apparently shocked face when you realize it actually means hushed face. And would your mind be blown to learn that the true meaning of the mind blown emoji is actually shocked face with exploding head? Perhaps not, but it is a bit of a longer description than you might have expected. But one I wanted to flag up, is the red flag emoji, which is often used in social memes to highlight bad things to look out for or avoid. Yet actually, its official meaning doesn't involve the colour red at all. Officially, this just means triangular flag on post, not red flag. You can also imagine how annoying it gets for users who are listening to these read out if you use too many of them. Because so many have longer descriptions than you may expect, it could get very boring very quickly if you use a lot of them. So with emoji, check their meanings, for example on Emojipedia. Don't use too many. And as with anything that's not an essential part of your post, which users may prefer to skip over, try to put them at the end of your post. That includes emoji, but also hashtags and any full-length links, HTTPS, blah, blah, blah. That way, if people are getting bored and decide to move on to the next post in their feed, they won't miss any of your actual content. In summary, don't do fake formatting, keep your hashtags in camel case, and take care with your emoji. And that way, hopefully, you'll keep all your users happy and no one will show you any triangular flags on posts. Thanks very much for listening.
Learn about inclusive content practices with AbilityNet's training courses or e-learning modules. Find out more at abilitynet.org.uk/training.